Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's It Like, the show where we ask one big question and some more after that. Today I'm joined by Mr. CEO Alex over here, and today we're going to talk about what it's like being a business owner. Obviously it looks a little bit different in the background. I'm actually in Las Vegas. I'm at CEG Dealer School, the people that I currently work and edit for. And yeah, we just wanted to film some videos while I'm here, so let's get it started.
All right, sounds good.
So for today's big question, I'll be asking Alex, what's it like being a business owner?
Long nights, no sleep, constant reinvestment.
Perfect. And we're gonna get right into that. So for today's background question, what kind of business do you run?
I run two businesses. I run a dealer school here, so we train people how to be casino dealers, help them get jobs. We have a second business called Casino Quest, where we teach tourists how to play casino games without losing money.
That's cool. That's actually really cool. If you want to learn how to gamble, do it at Casino Quest.
Yep.
Don't waste your money.
Way cheaper than the casino. We don't make a lot of promises, but that's way cheaper.
Oh yeah, definitely. How did you get your business started?
I went to dealer school, so I'm 33 now. 12 years ago, I went to UNLV, dropped out of UNLV. Accounting wasn't for me. My mom sent me to dealer school. I went to dealer school. I kind of sort of got a job, but they didn't really help me. I was very innocent, young, I had no idea. Once I moved up within the business, I realized that they didn't really train me. They just took my parents' money.
Really?
Yeah, so I was at a point where, and dealer schools have a terrible, terrible reputation. There was no online reviews or any of that stuff.
Are they pretty scummy?
Very scummy. It's all car salesmen trying to sell you empty promises and all that stuff. So, the opportunity came about 7 years ago. I was like, well, let me start my own business. So I was like, you know what can I do that's better than everybody else? Let's start a dealer school.
I see, for sure. And how hard was it to get the ball rolling in terms of that?
This is actually my fourth location in 6 years. I actually had to shut down the first time.
Oh, why?
So the first time I was in a terrible location. I tried to be different from everybody else. So my school was actually closer to Green Valley. It was by the airport.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, so it was like Sunset and Green Valley. It's like Sunset and Eastern, Green Valley Parkway-ish, which is kind of weird. Terrible location. I had to shut down the first time. I got evicted by the landlord.
You got evicted?
I got evicted. I convinced them not to sue me in court because I had no money.
Wow. Did you get evicted because you couldn't pay the rent?
Couldn't pay the rent, and also too, they tried to roll me over by making me sign a terrible lease. I didn't know what I was signing at the time.
Shit.
So that's what it is in business too, because they always try to sneak stuff in that you don't know about. So, but I did convince them that I have no money, I'm gonna file bankruptcy, so they went with it. They didn't take me to court.
Thank God.
Yeah. So they didn't take me to court. I had to take all the tables, put it in storage, AKA my garage.
Yeah.
Found another location, which is on Flamingo and Decatur, right down the street right here. 1,200 square feet, tiny, tiny school.
So how'd you, did you actually have the money to be able to get that place? Or?
I had to borrow money from my parents to keep it
damn.
going. Yeah, to borrow money from my friends and my parents to keep it going,
So
my good friend.
Were your parents pretty behind the idea? Were they really supportive of you?
Oh no, they were like, you're an idiot.
But here's the money still.
They were like, why don't you just go back to dealing? And they didn't understand why. And I was like, because in my mind I was like, well, eventually somebody will recognize that I'm doing the right thing. I'm helping people. I'm not lying to them. I'm helping people get jobs and move forward. Somebody will recognize that.
Yeah.
We're in a town where there's so many dealers.
Definitely.
Somebody will recognize that. And I was like, I had friends that did Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They did Bitcoin. They actually they operated the Bitcoin ATMs. I have friends that own other businesses. And 6 years ago, they all told me I was crazy. They're like, you need to jump on this and do this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they're all broke now.
And look where we are at now.
Yeah.
So you were pretty set on this idea. You're like, this is 100% the idea that I gotta go with.
It was part stubborn. Some people are so emotionally involved. I'm not gonna lie, I was still emotionally involved in not letting go of my business. I was like, no, I can't lose. And it was just the fact that me for business, I can't copy other people. I always try to do different things from other people. I can't do the same thing.
Gotcha.
So I can never open a boba shop. There's a bajillion boba shops. I always want to do something where it's I create my own niche.
I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what was the hardest part about starting your business?
Hardest part of starting the business, paying everything, and then there's no money for you. So, that's the biggest thing is paying labor, paying rent. Money's constantly going out every month, and there's literally no money for you. How are you going to survive? Is there enough students to even walk in so you could pay rent this month? That was a constant thing every month for the first 2-3 years. do I have enough to pay bills this month? Do I have enough to pay bills? It's still like that to this day, but it's not as stressful as like, it's literally like running down to the wire.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to actually like turn your first profit, like after a period of time?
So when we were at that location, that Flamingo Decatur location, I was there for a 3-year lease. So by the end of those 3 years, so like year number 4, that's when we started producing a profit. It was like money coming in.
It took 4 years?
It took 4 years.
Damn.
Yep.
So like that whole time, were you just borrowing money from your parents?
Pretty much. Borrowing money, and then I was like, I had to sell, like I had extra tables that I sold, or like I had to do like finagle away my around to keep it going. Yep.
That's like truly the grind.
Yep.
Jeez.
Also too, there was no YouTube at the time too.
Oh
I didn't have Timmy or the whole team or nothing. It was literally just me just trying to grind it.
Gotcha. Damn. Respect. How successful would you say your business is now?
I would say that we're the largest footprint in Las Vegas. We have the most tables, we have the most instructors, we have the largest space. This is 3,100 square feet. It's pretty big. Also too, with our other business with Casino Quest, the exposure between that and YouTube, I mean, we're doing pretty good now. So we're just gonna take advantage at the moment and just keep expanding.
Gotcha. In terms of successfulness, how many dealers have you gotten jobs for? Just a rough estimate.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah,
That's
I would say probably the 5-6 years, because we graduate about 30 students a month. 30 students a month at least, right?
Yeah.
30 students a month, that's what, 30 students a month, 360 times 6, so there you go, 2,000 students.
That's awesome. I like how it's like you're getting success out of it, like the business itself, but you're also providing like an avenue for the dealers to be successful on their own too.
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome. How profitable have you been since you started? Well, now that you're kind of at a nice, comfortable point.
We're still reinvesting, long story short.
Yeah.
I'm still at a point where like, we're not making, you know, like to be honest with you, it's still a break-even business, but I'm not sweating about paying the bills every month.
You're kind of just like, you have more peace of mind now?
Yeah, like I go home and sleep and I'm not stressed out. I'm still working a ton, like don't get me wrong, but I'm not constantly worrying about where's money coming in. And I would say with regards to the way the business is at, maybe another 6 months, 6 to 8 months, yeah, we'll be okay.
Awesome, good to hear. You already mentioned Casino Quest, but how was it branching off into like a different business? Like how did that come about?
We did an event at the Fast Show Mall. They contacted us, and it's funny too, because we were doing one project, and then they called us, and then we completely pivoted to that.
Oh.
So yeah, they called us for this idea for March Madness while the basketball games are on. They wanted us to set up some tables and give out free lessons, and we did it for 3 weekends, 4 hours a day. Each time we did it, it was 200 to 400 people. Literally, people didn't want to leave the tables. They were so interested. Yep.
They're just like playing games?
Yep, we're just giving them free lessons. There's no catch, no nothing like that.
That's awesome.
And then it was like super busy. And so after that event finished, the mall was like, hey, we have a couple ideas of, you know, like we have some space available. And we're like, well, we have this idea, and that's where it came about.
That's dope.
So when we moved the dealer school from Flamingo Decatur, that other space that you saw, one of the ideas was like trying to teach tourists and stuff. But the problem was like, well, we're 2 miles from the Strip. So when Fashion Show was like, we have space, I was like, we have this idea.
It's like the perfect kind of opportunity.
It was literally like, yeah, everything was just like falling into place.
That's cool. So that's kind of like that's kind of blowing up right now in terms of like that business.
It's doing well. It's another grind, but it's less stressful because I've already basically restarted the school twice now, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So this is my 3rd time. Also with Timmy, that's like, technically it's actually like 4th time doing another business, you know? Like, so it's like, so it's not as stressful. The more and more you do, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Sure, well, best of luck in both of those. Lastly, do you have any advice for any aspiring business owners?
My best advice for aspiring business owners is that surround yourself with like-minded people or people that really like lift you up. Meaning like no toxic, no negative, no lazy ass friends. They're not going to be giving you good advice.
Gotcha.
The other thing I would tell you too is that the only way you're going to do well is you have to have work ethic and passion. Meaning like it's something that you're actually into. Like if you're just gonna, like if I went to UNLV and became an accountant, I would have been a terrible accountant because I would have not cared. I would have not been into it. It's just like clock in, clock out, just whatever, right?
Got it.
So if it's something that you're really passionate about, that gives you that extra push to get more work done.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you, Alex, for being in the video. I appreciate it. Shout out CEG Dealer School. Links will be in the description below, as always. And with that, let's send it over to the transition. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching another episode of What's It Like. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. And if you have any ideas for any topics that you'd like to hear talked about, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. All right, until next time.